Hi, so in this video, I'm going to be telling you about an amazing side business that you can start today. You can start now. In fact, you should have started yesterday. So what is this business all about? So it is about self-storage facility. So you can start your very own self-storage facility. But if you're new to the channel, it's such a pleasure to have you. If you're a returning subscriber, it's a privilege for me that you come back over and over to watch these videos. And I hope that you're finding value. And if you are, please just hit that subscribe button because I'm all about bringing you the best work from home opportunities as well as easy side hustles, easy side business that you can start today so that you can earn more money and you know what, retire early. Because as you know, I'm on a mission to retire by the time I'm 40 years old. So any single idea that I find that I'm trying to implement for myself or not, I'm going to bring it to you so that if you're in a better position to implement that idea, why not share it? Because look, I know that like me, there are many other people that are wanting this journey, that are wanting this pathway to retiring early because truth be told, we're sick and tired of 9 to 5 jobs and we just want to get rid of them so that we can retire, we can chill out with our families, have a lot of time. So anyway, let me get straight to the point. So self-storage facility, so this is a 1 billion-pound industry. In case you don't know, COVID-19 has only escalated things as far as this industry is concerned because already it was very valuable, but right now, rents have even gone up again over the roof. But let me tell you how it works. You may be sat there thinking, Melvis, what do I need for this business? It must be very expensive because I need to have a house, I need to have this. Not really. I'm going to give you the really simple way that you can start today. So obviously, if you want to use your house, for example, let's say in the UK, you would know that one of the worst things about the UK is that the houses are so tiny. It is very difficult in this country to see anybody that has a decent looking house that has space to even walk past. Because many people's houses, you can't even walk past, freely without hitting yourself or squeezing through some doors and all of that. So storage is a massive issue. And obviously in the UK, being a capitalist society, people keep on buying. So, like we were saying, people keep buying all this crap and they don't even have where to keep it. So, where you come in is basically there are three options and there are three ways that you can literally run this side hustle. The first way is that if you've got space in your own house, for example, your garage, then you can rent that out. It's really, really as simple as that. I have one of my colleagues at work who is currently renting out her garage for £350 every single month. This is not a large space. This is a small garage that she's got, somewhere far out of town. She rents it for £350 every month. You can see that this is a lot of money because you would have just left the garage standing. There's also the second option. The second option is that you can rent, if you have, say, your garden, if you have a big garden, because look, in the UK, the weather is so bad. Many people don't even make good use of their gardens. For most people, having that garden is just, in fact, there's no need. They don't even use it. It's just stood there doing absolutely nothing. So you can as well put it to good use. And you can do that by actually renting that space out, to someone to keep their stuff. So for example, you can put a shed. I have another colleague as well who has put like a beautiful shed in her garden and she rents that out as well for £500. She lives out in the country. She's got massive space, beautiful site, and she rents that out for £500 per month, which is why I've developed a lot of interest in this particular self-storage facility, working with people who have, lots of land, who have beautiful houses, and they can afford to do all these different things. And it kind of gives you ideas as well. So one thing also about this particular side hustle is that when you look at the Financial Times, it is actually recommended as one of the most successful side business or the most successful businesses to start because the failure rate or the success rate obviously is very, very high. If you're starting a self-storage business, the probability that you're going to be successful is very, very high compared to other types of businesses. And the main reason for this is that as divorce rates are going up, sadly, divorce rates go up, the business is booming even more because people are having to separate, people are having to move house. You end up with so much, so much garbage, so many things that you're carrying and you need somewhere to keep it. Also, COVID-19 has really pushed this particular business up because people are having to work from home. If you're working from home, you need space to work from home. You need an office. And if you're turning, say, one bedroom into an office, you need where to keep that, that stuff. And people are very, very attached to their things. They would rather pay somewhere else to keep the things than get rid of them. Even if they don't need those things, How attached are you to your own things? And by the way, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed to the channel, just hit subscribe right now. Turn on the notification button because I'm all about bringing the best side hustles and work from home opportunities for you. So what's your experience with this? Leave a comment below. Is this something that you would look into? How do you feel about this self-storage business? Have you got any experience in it? Is this something you would consider? I just want to hear your own ideas, or what other side businesses are you currently trying? Just leave it in the comment section, just so that we can all have some ideas as to what you're doing, what's going on in your mind, in your life right now, just to share those ideas. So, but the main way that I want to really talk about on how you can actually make a lot of money from this particular business is by using storage containers. Look, this is where the money is. This is where you can make in excess of £1,000 every single month from just doing this passively, because the best thing is that this particular business has a very low maintenance, and also once you have everything set up, you don't need to do anything else. It just works for itself. So it's a very passive form of business once you've set everything up. So what do you need? So with this particular pathway, you need to have obviously land, a piece of land, then you need to have a contract that people are going to sign. You can just draft a generic contract, because look, another tip for you, that generic contract, you're just going to change the name, you're going to change the date, and then your clients will be signing, because obviously you need them to sign something. And then the third thing that you need is to buy those storage containers, or you can rent them out. It's up to you. But how it works is that the first thing that I recommend that you do is that you put an advert online. And look, nowadays it's as easy as going to Facebook Marketplace and putting an advert there saying, hi, my name is Melvis, I live in XYZ, I've got a storage container that is, for example, 20 feet long, and I am renting it out for £300 per month. Or you can rent half of it for, say, £250 per month. That's the first thing you do. Put an advert out, in the location where you're trying to do this business before you've even done anything. I'm going to tell you the advantage of doing this. When you put that advert out, it's going to make people to respond to the advert. You can see the response that people are giving. Are people interested? Are they contacting you? If they're contacting you, are they willing to pay that price? If they're not willing to pay that price, how much are they suggesting? And if somebody just contacts you, for example, you put it on today and somebody contacts you the next day, like, Melvis, I've seen this, I'm really interested, can I have it? Then you're going to be like, oh my God, this is a very good sign, because there's obviously demand for this. There's a market for this. So you're doing this just to find out about the market, but you need to put it as though you've already got this going. But then, you just want to test the waters to see the reaction that is going to be. This is really going to help you. It's going to pump you up, especially if you wanted to buy those storage containers and you can be like, oh my God, I should definitely 100% go for this. I'm saying this because I know that some people like to have that low risk in business. So if you're a low risk person, this is a good way for you to start. But like I say, Financial Times say that 94% success rate. This particular business has a 94% success rate, and you can be very, very confident that it's going to be very passive once everything is set up. So once you've done that, the next thing that you want to do is, obviously you would have seen the interest rate, the interest levels. The next thing you then do is find, the containers. And look, I have checked online, and there are containers, like 20-foot or 50-foot containers that are being sold for between £1,000 to £1,500. So that is the capital that you're going to be investing. But remember that once you buy that, once, you never have to buy it again. You are only buying it once, and you're going to own it for life, because your clients are going to be keeping their things in there. So it's a really, really simple business to run. So once you bought that, obviously it's up to you. Do you want to buy one? Do you want to buy two? Do you want to buy three? Obviously, the more containers you want to buy, the cheaper the price, because some people, if you want to buy 5, for example, you may end up paying less compared to if you're buying more, buying just one. So you need to think about those deals as well, because now you're getting into business. You need to be able to negotiate. You need to be able to make deals, because look, nothing is small in business. Even if you can save £1, you need to do that negotiation and save that £1, because interest is everything. And also, talking about interest, another statistic shows that this business has like 75% return. 75% return, which means that by the time what you put in, you're going to make a lot more back, because you're only going to put in money once, and you're going to be and you'll be getting paid over and over. And also, when you're renting it out, you can rent it out monthly, you can rent it out every 6 months, you can rent it out yearly. It's up to you how you want to develop those contracts. But truth be told, again, statistics show that people that want these storage facilities, they want it long term. Because if you're working from home and you're trying to set up an office, you're not just going to say, oh, look, I'm just going to use your space for 1 month to keep my stuff. Because no, you're going to need it long term. Which means that once you get one client, you're likely going to have that client for years, which is amazing. And imagine that if one client is paying £300 per month, how much is that in a year? That's £3,600 in a year. If you have three people paying you that amount, how much is that? You can see how the money quickly escalates, and the fact that, when somebody keeps their stuff in your facility, the likelihood is that the things are going to stay there for years and years and years. And also, like we're saying, divorce, working from home, death in the family as well. In the UK, death is one of the biggest reasons why people also keep stuff in storage facilities, because when a loved one passes away, and the other people obviously that are behind, they remove their stuff. Many people don't want to get rid of that stuff. You would be surprised. Many people want somewhere to just keep it, so that to them it's like that represents that person. You want to just keep the things, or some of the things you think, oh, this is very valuable, and because you don't have space in your own house, you just want to keep it planning, okay, I'm going to use it at some point. But the truth is that sometimes out of sight is out of mind. So when you keep things in a storage facility, you end up forgetting about them, but you need to be paying for that service, because you have, it's a service that somebody's offering to you, so you need to pay. And that's why, the statistics are showing that since COVID-19, for example, the business has gone to £1 billion business right now. So once you then buy those containers, you have to find a place to put them, because containers obviously are just empty containers. You need a piece of land. So what you can do is you can rent out a piece of land somewhere. And look, there are many people that you can rent land from. If you just go online on Google and you put where to rent land around you, wherever it is you're living in the UK, it's very easy to see that many places out of the country, for example, say out of the towns and out of the cities, you're going to see large pieces of land, and people are even willing to just say, oh, that's fine, you can pay £50 per month, you can pay £60 per month. I actually have I know a young guy who is currently doing this business this way. He currently has 5 storage containers that he's bought, massive ones, and he pays about £120 for each of them. But the thing is that when he's renting out, he divides one into two, because these are really, really big ones, and he charges between £300 and £400 each, which means that even though he's paying £120 for one, to put one storage container on that space, he is actually making about £700 every single month from his clients. And you can see how lucrative this side hustle can be, because all you need really it's just that container, and then you need the land, obviously. And it's really, really easy again to find that land. If you even go to Facebook Marketplace, again, really easy. You don't even need to go far. You will see all of that, and then you just have to negotiate, because obviously the more you can negotiate, the better the deals you're going to have, especially if you need more. And also it's something that you can start small and then just build up over time. And just build up over time, which is such a huge advantage. Like we said, it's got really low maintenance. And again, if you're enjoying this content, I just want you to hit, that like button, because it lets me know that you're enjoying this content and that I can do more of it. Because like I say, I'm here to bring you the best opportunities that are out there when it comes to business opportunities, when it comes to how you can save money, when it comes to how you can make more money. Because look, retiring early is the goal. Retiring at 70, the thought of it alone is that, oh my goodness, really? Does one need to work till 70? So if you're in the UK, these are some of the ways that you can make money. If it's your own garage, you can rent it out. Get rid of the stuff that you don't need. Like me now, my garage, I have a massive garage, is full of things that I don't need. It's all rubbish, but I'm so attached to those things. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to get rid of this. Oh no, can I keep this? Oh no, can I keep this? I could be making this money from it. And that's why I'm currently working on this particular strategy right now, because like I say, having seen my colleagues and how much money they're earning from this side hustle, I'm like, girl, it is definitely well worth it. So you do want to make sure that you're implementing some of these ideas. And if you've got other ideas that you're trying in your life right now, can you just share them in the comment section, so that we can all learn, we can all see what you're up to, because it's going to help a brother or a sister who is also in the quest for other opportunities and other ideas that are out there, because the 2 minds are always better than just 1 mind. So again, this business is very low maintenance. Once you've got everything set up, it's going to be passive. Obviously, you need to have a contract. Once you have a contract, look, you just need to draft one copy of the contract, because you're going to be very smart, aren't you, and change the name of the people, because that's what you do. You're not going to be drafting a new contract every single time, except there's something really minor that the person wants, but you can just draft a standard contract for your clients that, the name is different. Obviously, the date is going to be different, but that's going to be the contract. So people sign it and then you keep it and then they pay you, and that's the deal done. Another benefit that this business has is that you can also have additional services over time, which means that as you're earning more money and your business is growing, you can expand your services. And when I talk about expanding your services, you can imagine you can start selling locks, for example, because if somebody needs locks, some people, when they're storing things in a storage facility, they can have like different compartments. So some people have like valuables that are in a small box, they need locks for that. They have other clothes, so you can start selling locks as well as your business is growing. And just so that you know more about statistics, so only 30% of self-storage businesses, are actually owned by large corporations, by large companies, which means that 70% are owned by just normal people like you and I, and also most of the people that use these facilities are just normal working people like you and I, again 8%, which means that only 20% is actually for businesses. And some people actually end up renting some of these containers even for their offices, like, for their business premises. But then it depends on where it is, depends on the site, because if it's a site that is very far out of town, say in the countryside, it's highly unlikely. But if it's a place that is in a highly populated area, in a busy area like a high street and all that, then you can even find somebody to rent it as an office space. So containers, you can use these self-storage containers for all sorts of things. Some people even turn them into beautiful looking homes. Like I've seen some amazing homes that are simply storage containers that have turned into those homes. So these are some of the extra advantages that can come. So like we said, selling locks, you can also start selling tape, as well as bubble wrap, because when somebody is keeping things in a storage facility, you need bubble wrap to wrap around so that the things are kept safely. And then obviously you need that tape, because that's what you see that many of the large companies that are doing this, that's what they do, because it's, in any business, as you're growing, as you're getting bigger, you're going to be expanding your services to other things, because look, you want to make sure that you just get that market that is all for you, because that's the whole point of doing business. You start from one thing, but as that one thing is growing and succeeding and excelling, you're going to be adding other services that are going to complement that business, because you don't want that your clients will be going to other people to buy locks, to buy tape, to buy bubble wrap, or even to buy storage boxes. You can start selling storage boxes, large ones, different sizes. By so doing, what it's also going to be a huge convenience for your clients, because if they know that you've got everything, that's going to attract more people. Because the truth is that many of these people, according to the statistics, over 60% of people that use this facility are high income earners. What this means is that there are people that are earning above £100,000 per year. They're the ones that are most likely going to be using these particular facilities. And also, what this means is that these people like convenience. If you have all the services, they are likely to come to you, because they know that, okay, can you help us to wrap this in? Can you help us keep the stuff? Can you help us? Because it's easier than going, to person A to buy a lock, then go to person B to buy a storage box, go to person C to buy bubble wrap. It's too much hassle for somebody who's busy and working and just wants to keep that stuff somewhere safe. So you want to make sure that you're considering other facilities as your business is growing and expanding. If you can start from day one, that's even better. You can always start small and grow, especially because this business is so passive. Then it's easy for you to then dedicate your own time doing all of that. So what have you liked the most about this particular business? Is it something that you would do? What are you working on? I just want to see that in the comment section, and I hope that you found this useful. Again, it's just a simple quick side hustle that you can start right now. No procrastination. If you're interested, just get started, because retiring early is not going to come from doing a 9-to-5 job. Something as simple as this, you may be looking and thinking, Melvis, this is really simple. Surely people are not going to want it. Look, like we said, since COVID-19, the need and the demand for this particular service has increased exponentially. So you don't want to be left behind, and that's why I'm looking into it as well. You need to start looking from your own environment. What's your house like? Have you got extra room? Have you got extra space? Are you using your garage? Is there just crap in your garage? Could you get rid of it and actually make some money from it? What's your garden like? Have you got a large garden? Could you put a storage container in there, even a small one, rent it out, make some money, because that money can help you to pay your bills. Even if it's one bill, council tax, electricity bill, is going to be very helpful. So please, when you're thinking about income streams, you need to consider every single possibility, because the more income streams you have, the better you're going to be, and the more you're going to earn long term. Because having just one large, sometimes people think like, oh, if I'm not making say 2,000, 1,000 pounds at once, then it's not worth it. No, when you're earning money, you need to consider all, even if it's £1 every month coming in, you need to consider that £1, because of the potential for it to grow and expand. So you may be sat there thinking, but Melvis, how do I get clients for my storage, business? How do I find people to join in? Look, you can find people online. Like we said earlier, you can just set up an advert online and say, look, storage facility, describe what your facility is like, how big is it, how long are you giving it out for or renting it for, what are the terms and conditions. Just put all of that out, even on social media. You're going to have lots of people actually join you. If you have a website, that's fine, but initially in business, you don't need to worry too much about a website. It's not very necessary, but you can just use social media, and word of mouth is so powerful as well for a business like this. But the good news is that once you have a client, they're likely going to be for a very long time. So if you have limited space, it's not going to be an issue anyway, because if you have 3 clients, for example, and they are renting your space, you can be rest assured that they're probably going to need it for a very long time, because space is not it's not a challenge that you can just solve between one day and another. So you do want to consider this side hustle. I hope that you found this helpful. Keep watching the videos. I've also done other side hustles and ways that you can earn money online. Check out videos on the channel. Do hit subscribe, because I'm all about bringing you the best opportunities to make more money and be able to retire early. Thank you for your time, and I'm going to see you in the next video.